Grand Rising, beautiful pumpkin. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. I wanted to jump. Nope, don't say that, Kloee. You sound like you're chuggy as hell, which I am chuggy as hell, but I feel like when you say phrases like, I'm gonna pop in here, that is such a chuggy millennial thing to say. Whatever, I'm not like other moms. I'm a cool mom, even though I'm not a mom. I'm a cat mom. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Grand Rising. This morning I am vlogging for the first time in a long time. Clearly, you don't need to say it, Kloee, they are aware. I am just about to get into making some breakfast so that I can take all of my vitamins, because there is one vitamin that I take that it's required that it's taken with like a fatty breakfast, like eating more fat, because the vitamin is, I want to say, fat soluble, so it like works in your body better if you have fat in your body. I felt like I needed to say this. This is probably the only time I'm going to say anything about it, because frankly it's not up for debate or question or anything like that. But many of y'all I know had seen previous recipe videos that I had done, and many of y'all are under the consensus, if you've been here a long time, that I'm vegan, and I'm not. I was vegan for about 3 years, and after speaking with both my primary care physician and my naturopath and having blood work done, I thrived in veganism, I think, for like the first year. And as it turns out, I have a polycystic ovarian syndrome, and managing my hormones and getting that in check, which is a huge focus for me this year, I've just found that my body does better eating eggs and fish. Please note that I am not a doctor nor a nutritionist, so please consult your own health physician if you are going to add any kind of stuff to your diet. Many of you ask me what it is that I take because you're curious, and I totally get it. I'm also interested in that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna share this stuff with you. This video is not sponsored. I will put links down below. If I have affiliate links, I will give them to you, because why would I not want you to save some money? I take the Seed Daily Symbiotic. This is a probiotic and a prebiotic. So I take these, again, I'll link it down below, and mostly because your gut health, if you're not familiar, and I'll link some information down below about this, your gut health is very much linked to your mental health and like the function of your brain. That's why they call it the second brain, because it actually does dictate a lot of what's going on up here. So if many of you did not know, because you don't listen to my podcast, shameless self-plug, Divine Authenticity, last year I went through an actual mental health crisis, and I talked about it in like 3 or 4 different episodes. So if you want to hear about like spirituality, mental health, that kind of stuff, definitely check out the podcast. But my mental health became my #1 priority because there was like, I had to. So I really like this one, Seed. I've been taking this for, I want to say, a couple of weeks, and I feel like I've noticed a difference, so I like it. I take the Ritual Essential Vitamin for women. This one is the 18+. I think they make kid vitamins as well. I have been taking these for, I think, 3 or 4 months. This is like my 3rd or 4th bottle of these, and I really like them. The reason I started taking these is also because of mental health. B vitamins are also really important for your mental health, and again, going through the mental health crisis that I did last year, I was very focused on how I could get natural support for my mental health, because I also did take medication at one point. And I think there's also a lot of shame in taking medication when you're spiritual. No, if you need the medication, you need the medication. And again, we need both. We can't just all lean on holistic medicine. We can't all just lean on science. I think it's a blend of both. It's a whole body approach and deciding what is best for you, which for some people, maybe you do value one over the other. But my point is that for me, I really try to always look at both. And anyways, I don't know why we keep coming back to that. We're having just a very philosophical morning. But I like these because they do have B vitamins in them. The like fish oil, it's not fish oil, they get it from like algae and stuff. It's a fully vegan vitamin, which I think is very cool. Even though I am not vegan anymore, I just I don't know, it also tastes good. It's mint flavored, even though you swallow it, like it doesn't leave like a weird taste in your mouth. Also take this because I got blood work done at the top of this year, and my doctor was like, yo, your vitamin D is low, honey. And so I did start taking a vitamin D3 supplement at like, this one is 5,000 IU, plus I take another 2,000 IU in this multivitamin, and it was not enough. So now I'm taking about 7,000 IU a day. And so far I've been doing that for, I want to say, about 3 weeks. I have noticed an improvement of my overall energy. And then the last thing I take is very specific to those of you that struggle with like fertility stuff. Again, I'm not a doctor. Please consult your doctor before making decisions for your body. But I really like this stuff so far. It's been good for me. But this is Ovasitol. It's an inositol supplement. And it is by Thurologics and Nutritional Science, dye-free, gluten-free, vegan. You don't taste it. You just put this in water or like any drink, and it's just a powder. Like you just take a scoop and put it in a drink. I usually put it in my green juice in the morning. I have been taking this for around 2 months, and the one thing I will say, those of you that struggle with PCOS, it might be something to talk to your doctor about or give a try to, just like for your body. It works differently for everybody, but something that it has helped me with is I've had very, very, very irregular periods my entire life. I've noticed that it has helped trigger a menstrual cycle for me regularly. Now that is not everybody's experience, and so far mine is still like not what I would consider what like most people experience. Like it definitely still isn't, like, I think it's still kind of figuring out how it wants to work with my body even after 2 months. We're still working with it, but I've noticed that like the time frame where I used to go 9 months without a period, I will now have them every like 35 days, which is really cool. So that was like my ultimate thing with taking this. Here on Patreon. Welcome to the weekly energy reading for January 31st through February 6th. So we hit 89K today, which I actually record in this cute little book I'll show you in a second. But we hit 89K today. We are 11K away from 100K. I actually am A, surprised that we haven't hit 100K yet, but B, also not mad. Like, I feel like the fact that my growth on YouTube has been very, very slow and steady is a good thing. I feel like when you blow up really quickly, and I think this is something else that not enough people talk about, but when you blow up really quickly over like one video, oftentimes your viewership declines after that. And it actually statistically is better to grow in a very slow and steady pace. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there aren't seasons of like massive growth that you go through, but I would say at a baseline, having a slow and steady, consistent like build up, even in my own experience with like my gaming channel, Coffee, which if y'all didn't know about that, I used to game. I've talked about it a lot. I used to game for like 7 years. That was my career prior to what I do now. And even then I did not see a steady progression in that. And I blew up over one video and then my career tanked really hard. So I think in this regard, I'm not upset that it's taken me, I think I got consistent on this channel in the beginning of 2020, maybe like part of 2019. Actually, I think that's a lie. I think I've been uploading to this channel since relatively consistently since like 2019, 2018. I'd have to look at the channel, but I want to say it was prior to 2020. So it's taken like years to build to 100K. But I mean, like, it's just numbers. It doesn't matter. Like, obviously it matters because I care about my community. But when I say it doesn't matter, I mean basing the like validity of your YouTube channel on the fact that you have 100K subscribers or you don't. It, like, that doesn't matter. Technically, viewership is really what matters. And if you want to get technical, I feel like this is common in a lot of tarot channels on YouTube. If you want to get technical, most channels, in my experience, not everybody, there are some that like defy the odds there. Most tarot channels, their viewership is so much higher than what their subscriber count is. And it's because like the browse feature, people just find you randomly but then don't subscribe. They'll watch like a one-off video and then not subscribe. But they tend to track so high in the browse section that like they just get like crazy views. But like I have videos on my channel that have gotten over 200K views, but my subscriber count is lower than that. So just saying, subscribers don't really, like, it matters because your community matters, but it's not like the thing you should be aspiring towards if you're wanting to be like a YouTuber or start a YouTube channel. But we hit 89K today and I'm so proud of us, and I'm gonna celebrate myself by finishing. Well, first I'm gonna wrap up work in here. So I need to finish the Patreon weekly for next week. I try to be a week ahead. Get that scheduled for next week. And then I'm gonna celebrate myself by, well, there's a few. Actually, I don't wanna tell you yet. I'll show you what we end up doing. So I've been tracking my YouTube progress consistently since May of 2020. However, this was when I got like really consistent. My channel picked up a lot of traction, but I've been uploading to that channel for a really, like this channel for a very long time. But you'll see I've had like really relatively slow, consistent growth. Like there have been times where it has boomed though. Like look at July of 2020. Like literally July, all of this 10,000 through July. And then like it got into August was crazy. September was pretty crazy of 2020. And then it like started to kind of slow down at the end of the year. But basically, if you see this, it's like all of these upper numbers, 10,000. So this is just like my subscriber count basically on YouTube. And I just colored in this box today, January 24th. Hello, I realized that I don't think y'all have seen this car. I got a new car in September. I actually drive an SUV now, which has been on my vision board for many, many, many years. I love this car. This car is the nicest car I've probably ever owned, and it's cute and I love it. So I'm in the car. I parked, but I'm in the car. I'm going to lock my doors. Not because like this is a great area, but I'm just paranoid. I brought lunch with me, which is Rao's marinara, which is, or Rao's, I'm not sure how you say it. Rao's marinara. There's an Impossible burger patty on top, which is like the vegan burger. It's actually pretty good. Gluten-free pasta and broccoli. I am so hungry, but I really wanted to come outside today. I was feeling a little bit anxious at home. I don't know why. Ever since I went through my mental health crisis, I feel like I deal with a lot of generalized anxiety, which I did not used to like ever experience. Like it was very rare that I experienced generalized anxiety, and I had a lot of social anxiety. Now I have found that it is the opposite. I have almost no social anxiety, but generalized anxiety is like through the roof all the time. And I was just like, you know what? I need to get outside. So I'm going to show you out here in a second. So I've come out here to Poulsbo. This is my favorite town that I have found in the state of Washington so far. Like, when I go to buy or build my first home, I want it in this town. This town is my favorite. It's gorgeous. It's this little Scandinavian town, Viking town. It looks and gives me the impression that it might be a little bit of a religious town, but I came from Utah. Like, religion does not bother me. I was literally submerged in it and grew up religious, even though I'm not religious now. So this is my favorite town. I love coming here. I'll show you some of the areas when I get out of the car after I eat. I'm gonna eat because I'm so hungry. I also brought my tarot cards with me, my Dreams of Gaia deck. This is one of my favorite decks to use on myself. And I'm gonna read tarot cards. I brought my journal, and I'm just gonna probably do a lot of stuff in my car because it's kind of cold. Hey y'all, we ended up getting sushi for dinner, and I was gonna get a clip, and then I devoured my food, so it did not show that. In any case, I am putting my hair up, taking my makeup off, and basically getting ready to go and, I was gonna say die in the bath, but no, we're not dying in the bathtub. This is not Nightmare on Elm Street. Is that the one where her mom tells her, don't drown in the bath?
Don't fall asleep in there. You could drown, you know. Oh, for Pete's sakes.
We're not gonna die in the bath, but I'm just gonna, I feel like because it has been the moon's day, I have just not wanted to work. I've not wanted to do anything, and to be honest, I'm a little bit irritated with myself this evening. I feel like I made a lot of space for everybody else today, and this is something that I am learning, like in the shadow work that I have been doing. I bought Leora Alexandra's Lightworker course, and I've just been like I've been visiting all of the shamanic questions that she provides, just like in my journal. And the theme that keeps coming up consistently is that I make time for everybody but myself. And I know it's not wholly true in the sense that I obviously make time for myself. Like, I think that's very clear in my day-to-day life. I have probably a lot more free time than most people have for themselves. But I notice that I will prioritize anything and everything over myself. Like tonight, I went on a date with my spouse to get that sushi, and I've been talking about it all day. I want to go on a date. I want to go on a date. I want to go on a date. So we went on a date, and then I feel like I need to use a ponytail holder. This is not going to work. Hold on. Anyways, I've just been like, I want to go on a date. I want to go on a date. So we go on the date, and then I like rush us to come home to play games with my family online, which is always a fun time. I'm not mad that I did that, but I just feel like I rushed myself home, and then like it was just a lot of things. It was nobody's fault, but I just ended up like not getting to even play games with anybody because everybody was kind of doing their own thing. We were just all in call. And I think number one, which is already like my cardinal rule that I was not listening to, is that I don't put expectations on people. Obviously there's like expectations of being safe with somebody, like baseline expectations of like human decency and survival. But I'm talking like beyond that. When we put expectation on people for the kind of experience we think that they owe to us, that is the kind of expectation I do not do. And I feel like I went into it with a lot of expectation about what we were doing. And I think that's also on anxiety. Like when you have bad anxiety, you always want to know like what you're doing. And then it was just like loud, and everybody was doing something different. And I played like maybe 2 or 3 matches, and I did not have a bad time. I want to make that very clear. I didn't have a bad time. Like, it was okay. It just like, it was not the evening that I had planned for myself. I was gonna come home and take a bath and listen to this new audiobook that I've been really into. In case y'all are wondering, I'll tell you what it is. It is Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola, something. Anyways, great so far. I've only gotten into it maybe 10 minutes, but I don't know. I was like, I'm frustrated, and everybody ended up getting off and just like dropping off the call and saying nothing. Like it was not the kind of evening that I wanted to have. I wish I had just put myself first and done what I originally wanted to do. And this is something that I do constantly. Again, I'm not sitting here trying to blame anybody in my life. I'm realizing this is a problem with me. I will prioritize anybody and everybody, make space for everybody, talk with everybody, be there for everybody, and be very like consistent in, oh, hey, I'm gonna go do this thing, but we can talk in an hour. And I feel like other people do not give me that same kind of consideration. I mean, some people do. I shouldn't exaggerate. I think I'm just frustrated right now. I might not even keep this in the vlog, but I feel like I don't always get that same kind of consideration in every relationship that I have, but also I have this expectation that I just shouldn't. And I wish I had just taken a leisure date with my spouse. I wish I had just come home and gotten into a bath and taken care of my needs instead of prioritizing everybody else. And I'm doing that now. I've committed to doing that now. I'm taking my jewelry off and putting my hair up. It's 8:53. I'm gonna go get into the bath for maybe an hour. I think I might start Bridgerton because I've never seen it, and apparently it's really good according to everybody that I know that has seen it. I'm gonna drink a ruby grapefruit White Claw. I know, so shameful. I feel like spiritual people all give like this idea that none of us drink. I try not to go hard, but I do enjoy a couple White Claws here and there. I'm gonna drink this White Claw, and then I am going to probably get into bed because I'm a little bit tired today. Listen, I know I look a little bit like a panda and I'm wrapped up in a towel, but I feel so much better. I don't even know how much of my venting I put into the vlog there. I feel so much better. I took like almost a 2-hour bath. It was like an hour and a half. I almost finished this audiobook that I'm listening to that is just top tier. This book is so good. I bought a hard copy to also be sent to my house, like a paperback copy. If y'all are struggling, especially if you identify as feminine, I don't want to say this wrong, and I'm so sorry if I do. Somebody correct me, please, or send me the resource on how to learn better, because I just want to always be as accepting and open as I can. That's like the least I feel like we can do as the human race, is to like use our words to be accepting and our hearts to be accepting. But I think it's like forward-facing female, identifies as feminine, identifies as female. In any case, this book, I had no idea the wisdom that was going to be given to me today. I actually got that book today, and I feel like it just left me feeling so filled up and so cozy and so seen and so understood. And I feel like so much creativity is gonna, like, I'm gonna have to listen to that book again. It's so, I can't even believe it. Lindsay Atkinson, I doubt you're watching my vlog, but if you are, thank you for that recommendation. I'm like thinking about breaking my social media absence just to message you and tell you how phenomenal and transformative this book is. It's like a 2-hour listen on Audible, super short. I recommend the audiobook as well because it's good. It's super well done. yeah, I'll let that book speak for itself. I will link everything down below. If you want to get it on Audible, please use my link. I don't get, I think, any money for it, but I think you get a discount, and I might get like credits towards a book or something, so we get to mutually help each other out. But blown away, completely blown away. So I just feel so good. I had like one White Claw and I just chilled, and my bath was so hot that I didn't have to refill it at any point and make it any hotter. Spending time with yourself is so critical and so necessary, and I feel like I want to start basing my life decisions around how I can connect with myself the most, because yeah, I feel like I've just had my mind rocked. But in any case, I'm sure you'll hear podcast episodes on my podcast Divine Authenticity in the future about this book. It has blown me so away that I guarantee you you'll hear about it if you listen to the podcast. So in any case, I wanted to give you another good night because I felt like my last one I was very irritated, and I wanted to just impress upon all of y'all that spending some time alone doing something that nurtures you and really fills you up, life-changing. I don't know why we don't tell people these secrets more, or maybe we do and all of us just don't listen, but I feel like a million times better and cannot recommend enough. Just take a nice bath, get yourself a nice audiobook or a hot shower and some nice lotions, or I've been using apricot oil lately, to like 100% organic apricot oil to moisturize my skin lately, and just, you know, go to bed feeling like a little slug in your comfy pajamas. It's a good time. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I would like to go finish that audiobook, and I'm gonna go settle into bed feeling so much better and so much more grateful and full of love and gratitude. And please do not forget, when you stand in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. Don't forget to check out all my links down below, my podcast, my Patreon. You get these videos early if you join the Patreon, and it really helps me continue to create content like this. So much appreciated, and I will talk to you all in the next video. I love you so much, pumpkin.